Hi, my name is Steve Biggery, your host for Techcuisine, a podcast that covers the latest in restaurant technology trends, operational innovations, and strategies to reduce service ordering friction, enhance the guest experience, and much more. Each episode, we feature marquee leaders, owners, operators, and innovators within the restaurant industry. Today, I have a very special guest for our third episode. It's my pleasure and honor to introduce my friend Savneet Singh, the president and CEO of PAR Technology, one of the largest restaurant technology companies in the world. While Savneet has served on the boards of a number of public and private companies over the course of his career, he has also been awarded the Forbes 30 Under 30. His truly incredible leadership stands apart from his many impressive accomplishments. Hi, Savneet.
Thanks for having me.
I'm very interested today in letting our guests know something about you personally. So can you tell us something interesting that you do outside of work?
Gosh, I'm a rabid New York Jets fan, which has been a painful experience. I know you're a longtime Packers fan, so it's it's funny. You go through these motions as a Jets fan, and all you realize is, gosh, this is just the way it's always going to be. So I have young kids, and I go through the debate of, do I change their team now, or do I let them live the experience that I've had most of my life?
How about one more along that line? Is there a person who's been incredibly influential in your life?
There've been many. I'd say I've got a really unique dad who's probably the most influential person in my life. Not just because he's my dad, but because he literally challenges me all the time. When I call him and tell him about a great work thing that happened, he says, "Yeah, but you're not the CEO of Google yet, so don't get too excited about yourself." And so he has a really nice way of giving me lots of love, but also saying, "Hey, you haven't made it yet."
My dad's passed many years ago, but his birthday was September the 12th, and I'm reminding what a massive mark he had in my life. So let's talk about what you do now. What gets you up in the morning? What drives you?
Well, I think all of us at PAR are, essentially motivated and inspired by the same thing, which is we really do believe that software is eating the restaurant rapidly, and the restaurant needs an ally to help put that together, to help deliver the goals to their customer. And oftentimes when I talk to the CIOs of restaurant companies, you have the first layer of conversation of, I have this product, I'm excited about this, and tech is so cool. But as you kind of peel the onion, in the end you realize they're all really suffering because they've been adding so many new products to their product suite. They've barely added any people to that same team, and somehow they have to make this great experience. And I worry that they become sort of vendor managers and not really experienced creators for the end customer. And so I think we're all inspired by this idea of how we can help our brands operate and deliver personalized experiences to their customers without all the drama of dealing with 15 or 20 different vendors.
Technology is eating the restaurant.
And sometimes the restaurant doesn't know it yet.
I think that's such an amazing perspective because when it's happening to you, I don't think you see it. That's going to be a headline here because our operators who watch this need to be attentive to that.
The challenge with that is people assume disruption. And to me, it's not disruption. It's how do you help the operator succeed in that environment? And I think that oftentimes technology companies get a little bit of arrogance or hubris and think, oh, well, we're going to disrupt the restaurant. And I'm like, your job is not to disrupt the restaurant. Your job is to make the restaurant better. And that's kind of how we're coming at it.
That's so insightful. Better, cheaper, faster. That's what the guest wants. That's what the restaurant wants. That's what drives the business forward. So what is your vision for the future of PAR maybe, or the industry in general?
So our vision for PAR, we call it unified commerce, but it's this idea of helping stitch together the disparate parts of the ecosystem so that an order anywhere is an order everywhere. What that really means is, does it make sense for restaurants to have 5,000 different menus floating around? Does it make sense for them to have different labor identifiers, menu identifiers, and actually making their life simplistic? And so unified commerce is this theory or this idea that if we can unify through tons of open integrations, tons of strong partnerships, we can actually act like a platform as opposed to 15 different vendors trying to put together an experience. Because today, I think a lot of the way it operates, and you know this as well as I do, it's point-to-point integrations. It's saying, hey, can you do this for me so I can get this customer live? And in reality, it should be a platform that's open so that we are not the limiting factor for your innovation, but really we're not the limiting factor for your customer's innovation. And today, unfortunately, I think that's how we all operate because it's been this big rush to get technology going. But in time, it's got to be this open platform that allows really great partnership because we're all sort of swimming together in the same direction.
Amazing. I've really zeroed in there on partnership. I think that's often neglected or overlooked. This synchronization of the people part of the business, the process part of the business. That's really good. What technologies or enhancements do you see significantly driving the restaurant ecosystem forward in the future?
So I'll answer your question with a funny story. I remember at PAR, when we first started thinking about building products or acquiring products, we did a survey of our top 15 customers. And I asked them, what's the technology, what's the thing you need the most? How would you rank them? And we gave a bunch of categories and an open-ended response. And I remember getting the response, and the number one and number two response was, I want a better integration between my POS system and my online ordering system, and I want a better integration between my online ordering system and my loyalty system. And I started laughing, and I'm like, we got drone delivery, robots making food, AI everywhere, and the number one ask was, I want better integration. And so to me, I think this is one of the challenges that I sort of pose for all of us is we get so caught up in the next cutting edge innovation, but if you talk to that operator who lives every day in that store, who's got to deal with the labor challenges, the angry customer, when you go in there and you say, hey, I'm going to deliver drone delivery for you, like I think in reality, what I think the great innovation is actually making our systems more open, making it possible for more innovation to happen without interference. And so to me, what I'm most excited about is actually creating a set of services that we can expose to the outside so that we can create more innovation. So instead of having one gigantic API that everyone's going to plug into, can we have a loyalty API? Can we have an ordering API? Can we have a labor API, so on and so forth? Can we make it open and extensible so that innovation accelerates? Simplistically, I think what I'm most excited about is this idea of actually making our products more native to each other so that your company can innovate, but our restaurants can innovate, because that's actually what our customers want today. I think AI is a cool thing, and we're super into it, and I know you're really into it. But I think if I go to the random manager of a customer of ours and I start talking about that, he's going to be like, thanks, next customer.
That's great. And from my perspective, when you're able to create that platform that we can integrate from, you make it much easier to deploy these things that will be transformative to the restaurant. You've hit a lot on omnichannel loyalty. I haven't heard much about payment or data and what you think that's going to do to the future.
So I think up until now, payments historically has just been an area for POS companies or payment companies to make a little bit extra money on their customers. I don't know if there's been a lot of value or differentiation. In fact, I'd argue there's probably been negative value added. When we go to an operator and we say, how much do you think you're paying for payments? It's very rarely do they have any clue actually how much they're paying. And what we're trying to do is kind of turn that on its head. We're trying to go to customers and say, hey, let's give you the best rate for payments and make money on it by actually giving you products and services with that data. And to me, because there is no differentiation, if you use XYZ company's payments or ABC company's payments, it's the exact same thing. You're processing a payment. The value is what do you do on top of that? And so, I encourage our team to think about, let's envision a day when payments go to zero or close to zero. What's the value to the customer? And so what we get excited about is, how do we take that payment data, combine it with the POS data, combine it with the loyalty data? What insights can we give you about your customers that you can actually get ROI from? And so that's our plan there.
For more information about Techcuisine, please visit our website at techcuisine.com.